Going from community college to UMaine isn't always an easy jump, though today that transition is becoming rather seamless for Maine students through the Black Bear Advantage program. Students at any of Maine's 7 community colleges can co-enroll in classes at UMaine. Once students complete an associate's degree at community college, they will have a guaranteed transfer to UMaine in Orono or Machias. While in community college, students will have one online and in-person class at either of those 2 campuses.
You know, that transition from community college to a 4-year can be really tough for a lot of students. So the co-curricular aspects of this allows students to actually have UMaine advisors and community college advisors throughout their time at the community college that really can help that sense of belonging, that sense of community. Students will actually see themselves as Black Bears.
When it comes to time to transfer, students in the program will benefit from a $2,000 scholarship and some other benefits such as some waived fees and priority registration. They will also have access to advising at Orono or Machias campuses.